Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty interesting and pretty cool news to go and talk about. Because we actually have had, we'll actually probably have like a lot of the stuff, we're going to mention this throughout the next few days, but we actually have had a pretty cool Sony press conference that had a chance to kind of go and talk about a bunch of different other games and kind of the futures and what they're kind of doing. So we'll probably be referencing this up throughout the next, probably maybe like next day or two when it comes to just a lot of good news. And as you guys can probably tell by the title of this video, we're hearing some huge restock news and huge restock commitments that basically Sony wants to go and make every single PlayStation 5 known to man available all to, well, pretty much everyone. Now, this is what I like to hear. These are what I like to see, and we'll probably, like I said, going to touch on a lot of these different types of topics because, well, we just want you guys to get your consoles and also good gaming news as well. Good game news for all. So, a lot of good stuff to go talk about, a lot of interesting stuff to talk about, and as well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter and Twitch room down below, Weeble Coinbase down below, and as well, we do keep on mentioning up those awesome monitors. You guys get $50 off. You guys do the reserve. It's also all free. A link down below. Check it on out. And also let me leave a comment down below if you guys want to maybe give one away in the future. So, cool stuff with this. So as I mentioned, we have some huge restocking news. And this one, just the headline and kind of wordage itself makes me want to scream with happiness. I love seeing this. I love reading this. And at the end of the day, this is pretty much exactly what my channel itself likes to hear, because you know we do a lot of the restocks on here. And this is, and let me just go and read this out loud and proud. Sony vows to ramp up PlayStation 5 production to levels never achieved before. Sony will also increase its investments in live services, PC and mobile. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but the big headline over there. And you want to know what? I hope this comes true. I hope this isn't like a weird like CEO fallacy of them trying to get everyone hyped up and try to make it seem like it's okay when it's really not. If this is true, which, at least based on AMD, if you guys remember, like a few weeks ago, AMD themselves, which is the main maker of these consoles, said that this upcoming year will be phenomenal in terms of consoles and everything. If this happens, and if the ramping up kind of goes on through, hopefully, in the next few, like, probably months, all of us will have our consoles, and that will make me the happiest scrubbing on the entire planet. So let's go talk about this. Like, there's gonna be a few little side points we may cover up in separate videos or whatever, but there's just a lot of information, a lot of good news, and a lot of things I like to talk about, so let's go talk about it. So, on top of Sony's top priorities going forward is to ramp up production of the PlayStation 5 to meet unprecedented demand for the console. In a briefing with investors, which you guys want to maybe go through this, we're gonna probably go through, like I said, a lot of stuff. Like, we got there are so many things and mentions and pictures and future plans and everything out here. If you guys want me to do a little bit more in-depth, feel free to leave a comment down below or leave a like or whatever. I will gladly go through that. I will gladly go sit through it, and I will gladly go and talk about those points because there's going to be a lot of good stuff in that. But basically, for the briefing with that we just showed you guys, the company said that it expects to close the gap in PS4 and PS5 sales this year after the newer console lagged behind its older sibling in 2021. So if you guys remember back in the day, they even wanted to go and have the PS4 and be the better console. They wanted to beat the PlayStation 4 numbers. And sadly, due to like semiconductor issues, supply chain issues, the entire world issues, whatever it may be, well, they didn't do it. They had to go and change their projections, and everything kind of went down. Well, it just wasn't good. But now this is hopefully where they can see the future. They've had like a year in this environment. They can maybe make it a little bit better. So with this, basically Sony blamed the lack of PS5 sales on its inability to build enough units due to ongoing supply chain shortages and its quarterly earnings report. And everyone says that. I mean, it's kind of true. It's just the world as of right now. One day it'll be cleared up. Maybe. There is no lack of demand, as you guys can probably go and see. So based on the data that Sony even presented, and this is actually, like, this alone is, like, such a good clickbait title, so if you guys see me snap this for a different video, don't mind me. But apparently it only takes 82 minutes to sell 80,000 PlayStation 5 units, where it takes 9 days to sell the same number of PS4s, and I think that was in the reference of, like, the overall life of the PS4 itself. The company now expects to be able to produce more units. And this is the bread and butter, like this paragraph right here. The company now expects to be able to produce more units as supply chain shortages have eased up a bit, but the pandemic's impact on parts availability still remain a concern. So while they said like everything's like slowly breathing up and slowly a little bit better, we've seen it with like Nvidia, we've seen it with Xbox, so it is like kind of somewhat true. In addition, Sony is worried that the Russian invasion of Ukraine might also affect its logistics and potential parts inventory, which I do think is like a rightful concern. So this is why I'm like a little, at least baby bit apprehensive on if they will do it. Although we have had 3 restocks ready from this week, PS Directs and everything else too. So there is potential. We also have some confirmed drops going on too as well. So like there is potential here. Like there's like a good chance we'll be seeing some good stuff. So life's not that bad, not the worst. So basically to mitigate these impact of these issues, Sony plans to source from multiple suppliers now. So instead of them only going from like, maybe they're one big grouper, they're going to be trying their best to maybe spend money and kind of lock in big things and meet the demand. So basically, they said that in quote, for the greater agility in unstable market conditions. It also has ongoing negotiations to maintain optimal delivery routes as well. So basically, Sony, it's not the biggest company in the world, but if you have like a Sony console, you kind of know you're going to be working on TVs, consoles, and if you can be a semiconductor producer, guess what? If you work in good, favorable conditions, you can kind of be in almost the same boat as the iPhone, where you're making brand new PS5s, and then PS5 Pros, then PS5 6, PS7s, PS8, PS9s, and so on and so forth. So it's kind of like if you could have like a production partnership with Apple, you want it because they're making new stuff all the time. Like you're never basically stopping production. It's going to be huge for business, good for overhead, etc., etc. So this is awesome. I love seeing this. So while these solutions in place, the company believes that the PS5 sales can actually overtake the PS4s again starting next year. So that's pretty good. Like at least we do have some confidence. At least we do have some potential. And at the end of the day, that's all we really want. Like, I don't really care necessarily if they beat the PS4, or they beat the PS3, or they beat the PS2, or even the PS1. I don't care. But what I do care about is people watching my videos, getting their consoles, and all of that. I want that. I want you guys getting the hookup. I want you guys getting your stuff. I want you guys to get this. It'll be awesome. It'll be fantastic. So, the fact that we're seeing this actually kind of from official statements is a pretty nice thing to see. So, Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO Jim Ryan, big boy Jim Ryan, said during the briefing that after the initial ramp up, the company is planning for heavy further increases in console production, taking it to production levels it has never achieved before. Now, I love hearing these words. These are music to my ear, although it has been like 19 months now. It's been kind of a long time. I gotta be honest. It's been kind of a long time. So it does kind of stink because if I would have heard this article 8 months ago, like maybe like right before the holidays, I'd be screaming for joy. I still am. Like, this is awesome. I love, love, love seeing this. But it is a little late, but at the same time, better late than never. Am I right? Am I right? So this is awesome. I love the fact that they're trying their best to source out other different types of companies. They're trying their best to source out semiconductor suppliers. They're trying their best to make it like a big ramp up and then try to keep it consistent so it's not like a 2 weeks of a lot of consoles and then nothing for 2 months. Because, I mean, that's great and dandy if you somehow get your console throughout that 2-week period. But it's awful if you're still waiting for it and you have that 2-month period where nothing basically happens from there. It's not fun. It's not cool. I've been through a lot of these droughts, and we even kind of went through like a 3-week console restock drought right afterwards. So, you want to what? I love seeing this. This is huge news, and I want to give a lot of credit to Jim Ryan. I hope it all comes true, because if so, I think a lot of us are going to be happy. Now, aside from discussing its PS5 production goals, Sony has also revealed that it's expanding PlayStation Studios by acquiring more game studios, as well as also increasing investments in live services. We'll definitely have a video more in depth with this, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I have so much I want to say to that. So it's also in regards to PC, mobile offerings, and other stuff. It's committed to also launch 12 live services in the upcoming years that also don't even include Destiny. As you guys know, they've kind of spent a few $1 billion on that, which will be the company's as part of its Bungie acquisition. And it intends to have a half of its annual first-party releases on PC and mobile by 2025. So basically, like, this is great. This is turning into a huge PC push, into a huge brand new market. Same with mobile too as well. And this is great. And they kind of go and stand by that afterwards by stating, by expanding to PC and mobile, and it must be said, also to live services, we have the opportunity to move from a situation of being present in a very narrow segment of the overall gaming software market to being present pretty much everywhere. Ryan explained. So as you guys, like, there's a lot more to break into. There's a lot more stuff to go more in depth on, but I just want to focus and highlight this video right here to go and show that the PS5 restocks, they might be finally getting close to the end. Now, we still have to wait for them to make it. We still have to wait for the shipping. We still have to hopefully actually see them prove their worth, because as of right now, they have not. Like, we've had a lot of kind of barren times. So if we keep on seeing a lot more, say, Amazon restocks, Walmart restocks, Best Buy restocks, and everything else, life will be fantastic. Life will be great. But until then, we're just going to sit here and be sad because we're still waiting for our consoles. But this has been phenomenal news. I love hearing this from the CEO himself, and hopefully you guys are excited to hear this too as well. So make sure you guys give me your thoughts and comments down below, as well as make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter and Twitch room down below, the Weeble and Coinbase down below, and also don't forget about the nice little Samsung Galaxy as well, linked down below, and also can save $50 too as well down below. I appreciate you guys all so much for watching, and give me all your thoughts and comments down below.